Do it like that. Okay, I think that's the shot. Turn this off. To do that, is it going? Turn that. Sure, I could turn it down. Yeah, goodness. Oh shit. Fuck. What a fucking day this has been for me. I wake up and I was like, I was going through some, yeah, my body aches, you know, twitching. I twitch a lot in my neck, I know, and, but, you know, I wanted to get this, on camera. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Alright. 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 You know, it's another snow day. Late. Can't speak. That's the shot, though. Okay. So, do it like that. Okay. Alright. I just gotta remember to breathe here, of course. So it is, alright, so, yeah, I'm gonna do another, contemplation video, another, video log, video rouache. It's a snow day. It looks really nice out there. Another contemplation video for me. Yeah, you know, it's been one of those days for me where I'm just like, been trying not to stress out, but the body, you know, my body and my mind has just been, you know, it was a rough start for me today, and but I'm wanting to get this video out here to somebody, whomever's watching this video. It's a nice snow day, you know, contemplation videos. So I was like, well, what am I gonna talk about in this video? You know, and I thought about it very seriously. I was like, well, why don't I talk about lost civilizations? Lost civilizations. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. You know, places that I have been that they no longer, they don't exist anymore. And so there's three places that I used to go, you know, in the pre-digital eras of my life and my inner outer beings. And okay, when I was a child, right, I used to go to these water slides, right, and Western Missouri water slides, right, and so yeah, I know these places existed for me at one time, and you know, I had deep dreams about this place that I went to, and it's no longer there anymore. You know, places that I used to go, And I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to talk about in my video log. So there's three places. The water slides. A place where I saw Flash Gordon with my late mother when I was very young. So that's another place there, and and a place called Bannister Mall. It was in a place called South Kansas City, Missouri, and I really miss places like that, And these were really nice places. These were great places for me. The old water slides that I go to, I cannot find a single picture of these places on like Yahoo or Google, but I know these places exist. They did exist, so they are non-existent now, and and I miss these kinds of places, So I'm talking the pre-digital eras, okay, of my life. I was born in 1973, okay. So yes, I'm pretty retro to some people, millennials or whatever, and so I was remembering these places that I used to go, and I know for a fact, the first two places I mentioned, these water slides that I used to go to, they existed. And last time I drove over there, near this place, it was by a lake, right? And it's just a dirt patch now, and trees, and no remnants of as a child I went down this water slide. I had a great time with this place because I'd wrap the blue mat around my abdomen, right? And I would just go, and I would just jump off of these water slides. Well, they had like 4 water slides in this place, and sometimes the lifeguards got pissed, and they were like, "Well, you shouldn't do that," but it was a different time for me. Different time, different place. It was cheap fun, And if I remember right, these water slides that I used to go to, I think it was like $3 to get into this place, and you had to walk up these. How would I describe it? You had to walk up these stairs, and it was like I don't know how you would describe it, but once you got up those stairs, it was like green, fake grass that you had to walk up because of the traction of the water. And you get up there, and 2 water slides on each side, right? And, I remember that. And I know this place existed. No, nobody's going to tell me this place didn't exist, because I went there all the damn time. And, but the first place I remember, and it's non-existent now, another lost civilization for me, is the movie theater. It was a 4-plex movie theater, and I went in with my late mother, and we were in a red truck, right? And the very first motion picture, theater picture, was Flash Gordon, and I think my mother had a crush on. Well, I know she had a crush on Sam J. Jones. Well, when I met Sam J. Jones, it was, I do believe it was 37 years later, you know, and my mother was born in, guess what, 1937. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. I certainly think so. So you know, I'm a PTSD survivor. I can't, you know, my mind can't automatically let bad memories go, and but that's a good memory I have. So I want to put that out there in this vlog. So so 3 places I'm gonna say: the old school movie theater that I saw Flash Gordon, and okay, the last movie that I saw in this place was it was Private Parts. It was Howard Stern. Just the last. Yeah, I remember that because what was that night? When I think that movie came out. What was that? 1990. This thing cut off on me. The last movie that I saw at this theater was Private Parts, and I was in college then, and so the first movie I saw at this one place was Flash Gordon, and you know, the old school film reels that they had to stick in, and the last movie was Private Parts. Yeah, and I remember that, and yeah, I was so pissed off because the film reel burnt in the movie reel. Yeah, it's just, well, I know this place existed, and you know, for me that's a lost civilization. It's a lost civilization that, you know, and yeah. So the theater manager had to give me a free pass, right? So I went a town over to see Private Parts, and you know, they had more like a digital theater, but my mind's kind of so analog anyway. But I can look back upon that. I just kind of laugh. It's just, oh my gosh. Okay, so what did I cover here? So, you know, the old fourplex theater that had the analog film reels, and another lost civilization for me. And the water slides, you know. So this was when I was much younger. So we're talking about 70s, 1980s Earth life for me, right? But there's a place that I really miss, and I had a dream about this place too. In Bannister Mall, I loved Bannister Mall. Oh my gosh. And I drive through there, and it's there's nothingness now, but there was a time that I went to this place, and I have very fond memories of Bannister Mall, and it was like even when I was like in early college, you know, so we're talking art school, I saw the Crow over there, and I saw the Craft, and they had 2 theaters. You know, we're talking, to me this place was like a paradise, you know. But you know, you're thinking before smartphones, before digital technologies really took off, you know. So you're thinking stuff like VHS, and I love this place, you know. The media, they did pan this place, right? And they said there was a lot of crime over there, but I tell you what, every time I went over there, I just felt like, you know, of course I'm not into the media, you know, the news. I just felt like they were lying a lot about this. I never had any problems over there. So, you know, they had Bannister Mall, they had 2 theaters. I love that place. You know, listening booths, old school listening booths. They had music in there. You know, you could buy records, you could buy tapes. I dare say it, CDs, music CDs, and I love this place. And Bannister Mall was like 2 stories. It was it was 2 stories, and that for the most part, you know, yeah, that was a cool place. I always liked Bannister Mall. I had a dream where I was I was in this dream, and it started out kind of solemn, depressed, and I was driving to Bannister Mall, but you know, it was called New Bannister Mall, right? And at the end of the dream, I was happy. I felt fulfilled, right? And yeah, I love that. Yeah, but I miss the old school Bannister Mall, you know. To me, it was like an Aztec temple or a Mayan temple. That's the closest I will ever come to something like that. And yeah, that was a cool place. You know, they were well, they were going through the motions, right? And they were losing money, and right up until the end. And but yeah, I miss it. You know, what do they call them? Dead malls. Dead malls. But that's the thing. You know, and I thought about this one day, folks, or whomever's watching this video. People die, you know, but there's an afterlife. You know, people pass away, animals pass away, but you gotta think of it like this. You know, locations pass away. You know, pre-existing places. You know, they build up places. In civilizations, right? Well, to me, those 3 places, the water slides, the old theater that I went to with my late mother, and Bannister Mall, for me, those were, you know, and I say that now, lost civilizations, the lost civilizations of MICKMO. Maybe I should call the video that, the lost civilizations of MICKMO. But I repeat stuff a lot. But that's okay, you know. This is I kind of wanted to get this out here, you know, in time and space, and yeah, you know, so I'll let this old, well, I'll let the new camera run. I'm still getting used to it. You know, I was kind of stressed out when I woke up today, and today, check the date. So today is 2/24/2022, right? And I hope I don't gaff that shit up. So it's Thursday, and it's 5 in the afternoon before the sun sets down. So the sun is going to set down here, say, it's about 5:30ish. So that's when pretty much gets dark. So 5:30-ish to 6 afternoon. So it's coming into the night. But I'm taping today because it's just another snow day, and it looks pretty cool out there. I just want to get another video out of my own personal book of life, 'cause yeah, I miss these places, but you know, I'm gonna go someday. I'm gonna die someday, and well, that's the way it is in the heavens, right? Not one heaven, you know. People say, well, heaven, they think of that in that way. Why? Because, you know, when people have near-death experiences, they see the God throne. I saw the God throne in the summer of 2016, like a day after a Suffocation concert, and when I met this lady, you know, Malika from, well, she used to be from the band Abnormality, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. You know, everything, you know, I guess you could call them dead civilizations, but you know, in the Bible they speak of afterlives, right? And so I'm gonna go somewhere, you know. That's what an afterlife is. It's a conversion of what you knew, because really, I think about it in such a way, it's pretty deep thinking. It's critical thoughts. It's yeah, it's just try not to mumble so much, but you know, it's one of those things. You know, it's matter, and it's energy, and it's the renewal of energy. So basically, humans, I think, are like hard drives. They're genetic hard drives, right? And I don't believe it. I know it. You know, science. You know, you need science, but there's something beyond that. You know, and I'm seeing that. You know, I live in this time where it's like, okay, supposedly they'd open like CERN portals, right? And CERN demon is a 666, right? And that's the thing with me. It's like, okay, so if that's a 666, and we know in English gematria that is a 666, okay, guess what a 1110 is? It's a Mayan calendar count, right? And so that gets back to lost civilizations, you know. So it's renewal. It's you know, God said that to me one time. He said, remember the eighth day. Remember the eighth day. I was like, well, what does that even mean? And it took a little bit, right? And the eighth day is the overlap day, or renewal. So I'm gonna see these places when, you know, when I convert into a spirit. You know, death is a very hard thing, you know. It's extremely hard. It's just, I know that because, you know, Jet passed away. Okay, I cut out again. Oh, well. But, yeah, my beloved cat, Jet, in this latter part of my life, my existence, he passed away not even a month and a half ago. And but it's like I say, you know, what does it say in the Bible? It says, you are a vapor. We are a vapor. I don't think that's talking about ghosts. It's totally talking about ghosts and spirits, right? And So it's not just people that pass away. It's not just animals that, and it's, it's a fact of life. And, my book of life, it's going to matter in the end. All of this is going to go out all throughout time and space. I really believe this. And so when I get to the other side, right, it's, I'm going to see these places that I knew existed, that I know existed, but I can't find them on a Google search. I can't find them on a Yahoo search. Yeah, but with the exception of, say, like Bannister Mall, I can find Bannister Mall pictures, but it's in ruins. It's and I can find Bannister Mall commercials on a YouTube, but I know these places existed, and parts of my being are there. My parts of existence, and even my old home, right? And I know it looked a certain way. I know it. And saw my old home on Google Maps, right? And it did not look anything like the place that I remembered, right? And so again, it kind of gets back to stuff like that, CERN portals, evil CERN portals. And I know these places looked a certain way, felt a certain way. I guess I could say it's nostalgia. But I tell you what, it's energy and matter conversion, right? I know that's going to be deep for somebody who's listening to that, and but it's discussion. It's just a topic I'm bringing up in my video log. So yeah. So anyway, without my video device cutting in and out, yeah, it looks really cool out there. Yeah, that's a nice scene. It's a little different perspective than, say, some other videos that I've done, but yeah. You gotta cherish the snow days, even if it is, HARP weather control, fecking everything up, right? But it does look calming out there. It looks serene, and I look at this and I'm saying, yeah, this might also be a lost civilization. Somewhere in time and space, but this is my time and space to share this video, and all this place, all what you see in that lens there, could be wiped out, non-existence, but in the video, this time and space, it exists. So yeah, that's deep. That's some deep thoughts for somebody out there that, say, hey, I needed to hear something like this today. And you gotta breathe. You gotta breathe in and out the clean air and the pathogens there in this era, right? And so hopefully I got this thing running. I think so. I think it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be cool. Stress earlier in the day because of my body pains, and I just want to get this video out. Because hypothetically I'm gonna be a lost civilization, right? And but they're gonna know who I was. They already know me in time and space and future times anyway. so it mattered. My life mattered to somebody somewhere. They got inspired by me somehow. And that's fine. Even though I woke up today, fucking wreck. Yes, I felt like a wreck. I I I was like, oh, goodness, lower bowel, stomach, intestines, trying to deal with these things in my life, these situations. I am gonna be a lost civilization, but in the heavens, I'm gonna be found again, and I'm gonna see these places that I knew existed, and that's the thing about the heavens, right? Okay, when you get your real estate over there, that I call it real estate, it's tailor-made to your time frame. So I was born in 1973, so I'm pretty retro anyway. Uh, so I love things like, Welcome Back Carter, Welcome Back Carter, The Gong Show, Benny Hill. I love that retro kind of stuff. Well, they call it retro. And the commercials suck now. It's just most redundant fucking commercials on television I've ever seen in my life. So I find myself muting that a lot. Sometimes totally, But that's fine, But nostalgia. I need nostalgia, I may be a lost civilization one of these days. Everything may fall into ruins, but it's going to be found again. So, yes, I'm going to get this video out there, out here, or wherever you are, and in plain old English. You can translate my speech to whatever you want in a YouTube channel or video, right? But that's cool. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. So I bid you adieu. Of course. Many shaloms. What's lost and deteriorating in civilizations gets renewed. Remember the eighth day. Remember the renewals. The renewals through life and death and life. Right. My goodness, I'm stuttering a lot today. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Heavy breath. Okay. I bid you adieu and shaloms, of course, because I do that. Okay, that breath felt really great. Just remember to breathe. Just remember to think. Don't let the media dictate your thinking. You can think for yourself. And remember, nostalgia. It works. It completely works. The lost civilizations will be found again. Just think of it like this way: Atlantis, Lemuria, right, and pre-existing civilizations. So think of it that way, and I'm going to rediscover these places again in some way or context. And the video blogging helps me, of course. So I'm just going to leave it right there. So shaloms and goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. See ya.
Old Earth Astronaut Omega Portal Time Travel Log 3773.444. I am the ruins. I am the ruins. I am in the ruins of the earth. Decimation, ruination, aftermath, life and death, death and life. I am in the ruins. I'm a future astronaut in this time-space. I'm a space traveler. There's fallout. Fallout in the radiation sicknesses. Fallout. Radiation sickness. The fallout. The portals. The Omega portals. Found footage. This is found footage. In the collapse of society. Somewhere in the ruins. The Omega portals in time. My ruins. My own ruins. In the extinctions of humanity. The far-flung futures. In the aftermath. In the ruins.